Hello everyone, welcome to Alpha C Cube's daily market analysis. So let's get started with our discussion and see what markets did today. So what you are seeing on the screen is a Nifty 50 daily chart. So in our previous video we had discussed that there is a possibility of market moving sideways for time being before there is some directional conviction seen. So what was the reason for that? We saw demand coming in from this zone where previously buyers won with sellers, and we also saw some supply coming in from 18400 zones. So till we are trading within this zone, the direction of the market may not be very clear. So yeah, that is what is happening in Nifty right now. So one important question what we need to ask here is, so the demand what is coming from the lower extreme of the zone, is it really very strong, or is it coming just from the shorter time frame players who are not confident about the direction of the market? Why this question rises is, see, we saw demand coming here around 17800 zones, that was good, and we also saw prices scaling higher after seeing demand from 17800 zones. Yeah, that was perfectly fine, but what is the need for market to come back to the same zones again within very short period of time? So this creates doubt on the strength of demand which is coming here. So again we saw some demand coming here. This time we scaled high for one day, and again we saw some exhaustion or some supply coming in. Again we are scaling downwards. So all these things, with what will that indicate is demand which is coming here may not be from very higher time frame. So that is, it might be from retail traders demand. So what might be the possibility which can turn out based on this analysis? So what we might say is, coming back here is not good sign for buyers anymore, because we have already tested that zone one time, two time, and today also somewhat we came almost close to that zone around 17,800 zones. This is not good sign for buyers from this zone. So yeah, that should be kept in our mind before thinking of longs around this zone. So what might happen is, we might come back down again. By the time the third test or fourth test happens, the importance of this zone might have lost. So what might happen is, prices may not take some time to observe demand here. They can straight away start accepting below that. So that might happen if we test these zones more often from now. So just be cautious while you're thinking of going long, because yeah, this is the zone we are testing multiple times. So that can create some doubts in buyer's mind from the higher time frame. So that was on the daily chart. So now let's get into the profile chart. So on profile chart, there was something interesting happening today in early hour of trading itself. So you can see that we opened within previous day range, but there was some attempt from sellers to take prices below previous day low. So yeah, that was very interesting to see, because sellers were very confident in the initial trade itself, but we saw immediate responsive buying coming in to sellers auction. So yeah, immediately once we started scaling below previous day low, buyers came aggressively and defended the zone, and we saw this rejection tail happening. So yeah, again the question what we need to ask here is, are buyers who are coming here or trying to defend this zone, are they from the higher time frame, or do they really want to take prices higher? So yeah, that is the main question which we need to answer here. Because you might see this, there is initial responsive buying activity from buyers, but what are they achieving out of their buying? So you might see that we had higher highs in B period as well in C period, but what next happened is, we started going sideways for very long time. Like most of the time we traded within the high and low which was created in the initial trading hours. So again, this, if at all buyers were strong enough, they should have scaled higher, making new highs, and tested almost this high going forward, but this did not happen. So on the other hand, what happened is, we saw some initial interest from the buyer side, but again we saw prices scaling lower and started trading sideways. So this is not the signs when higher time frame buyers are entering. So yeah, that is the main question we need to answer here. So right now the development is looking more in favor of short side itself. So there might be a lot of stop losses triggered with this initial move, which happened in the early part of day today. So yeah, that was what happened today. So if you want the zones which are important for next trading session, yeah, we have already marked this. This is the zone which is very important, somewhere around 17,850 zones. If at all we come here again, that really may not be very good sign for buyers. So what might happen is we can straight away take away these zones and start trading below 17,800, which we also discussed on the daily chart as very important zone. So just keep an eye on this zone, 17,850 to 17,800 zones. If at all you are thinking of longs, or you are already in long positions, try to get out of your long positions once we start trading below 17,800 to 850 zones, because we do not find any kind of support below that zone uh, moving forward. So prices may scale very quickly to identify buyers around the lower zone. So just be cautious with your long positions. And yeah, that was from profile charts of Nifty. So let's get into the Bank Nifty daily chart. So again, we can see here that Bank Nifty is trading exactly within zones which we discussed in our previous videos as well. Top of the zone somewhere around 43,700 zones, and bottom of the zone somewhere around 41,500 zones. Yeah, again, this demand zone is holding as of now. But the question what will rise now is, if at all we come back here and we see demand coming it again, so can we trust this demand? This will be the main question which we need to answer, because the more times we test some zones, the less effective it will become. So according to that, if at all we come start testing these zones frequently, then this zone might lose its importance, and we might see prices taking out that very quickly in future. So yeah, that is one thing which we need to observe. So just be cautious with your long position. Again, the overall, if we look at a bigger picture on Bank Nifty, the trend is still on the short side. Like we saw prices getting exhausted here, and from there we are seeing prices scaling down continuously. So the bigger picture still is in favor of sellers. So just think before you are going long with on Bank Nifty. So that was from the daily chart from Bank Nifty. So now let's see what profile charts has today for us. So yeah, and see, you can see here the profile chart also, we had some aggressive buying, responsive buying which happened today in Bank Nifty. So this is almost around 41,850 zones to 42,400 zones, to be very precise. But again, we have to question the strength of this buyers, because we did not see any kind of follow through happening after B period or C period. So this again creates doubts in buyer's mind. So if at all someone is buying here, so what was the reason to take prices sideways? If at all they had an intent to scale higher. So yeah, that is the question which we need to ask. So looking at current strength, it doesn't make any sense to go long, because the bigger picture is still negative and we are not seeing any result for the efforts which is put from the buyers today. So yeah, just look out for those opportunities where you can be comfortably short on Bank Nifty. So if at all you want the zones which can guide you on short positions, yeah, this single print what we have created today is important. So if at all prices come and start accepting here, so you can just think of creating shorts for the test of this low 41,800 and 41,600 zones, which we discussed on our daily charts. So you can also see that we had single print zones which was created on 26th of December. So what the single print zones are, they are usually the rejection points where price came there and got rejected very quickly, got some interest and got rejected quickly. So those zones where while we are coming back, those should act as a rejection point. So right now we are seeing some acceptance. We got rejected today in this single print zones, but the follow through was not that favorable for buyers today. So if at all we come back again here, So that might be a not good sign for buyers anymore in this zone, or in somewhere around 41,950, 41,900 below zones. So that can easily open up the possibility of test towards 41,600. So yeah, because we do not have any volume attached here while we were trading previously around this zones. So just keep a look on this zones around 41,900. So for going longs, I don't think there is much of scope for creating long positions here unless you are an intraday trader. So if at all we start seeing prices scaling above this high in tomorrow's trading session, only then I feel going longs would be comfortable. If at all we see prices comfortably trading above this high tomorrow, within this single print zones, then this can open up a test of this high, which is around 42,800 zones. Yeah, so again, the development or the structure is more favorable for creating short positions. If at all you are going long, just don't forget to book your profit as and when you see some profits on your trades, because as the bigger trend is negative, the supply can be expected from any of the zones where previously sellers were active. Just keep eye on those thoughts. So yeah, that was from Bank Nifty to you. So yeah, that was from the daily market analysis today. Let's see how market develops tomorrow. Thank you.